What do you do with that? Oh, there it is. Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody there? Hi, Brandy. How are you doing? Glad you stopped over. Trying to be consistent with my timing here. I'm all right. I had a busy day, so I'm a little tired, but it was a good day. So, yeah. Hi, Nix. Thank you for coming by. How's that baby? So not really a little, well, I guess it's still under a year old, right? Your baby, Nix? I lose track of time so fast. Unbelievable. Just folding cardstock here while we wait and see if more people come in. All right, so this is the one we're going to do first. First. Hi, Kat. How are you doing? Are you feeling better? And your hubby? Hi, Kathleen. I'm all right. Still have just a tiny bit of sniffles, but I feel fine. A little tired. I had a fun, busy day, mostly. A friend of mine and I, well, she used to work in like a daycare a while back, and all her coworkers and her, they're all either retired or left that place, but they all get together, and I just happen to be one of them's friend, and I get invited to go too. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kat. Brandy, that's funny. Crazy idea to organize sequins. Mine are pretty well organized. I don't know. Yes, upper respiratory infection. That's probably what I have or had. Going, gone. My throat still is a little weird sometimes, but otherwise I'm okay. So I think what I'm going to do first, these are the cards we're going to make tonight. The stamp sets we're going to use are called 9 Lives, which is all about the cats, and Happy Tales, which is all about the dogs. Oops. And the coordinating Cat Punch. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe that way is better. And the new Dog Builder Punch. So that's mostly what we're going to be doing. We're also going to use the rectangle stitched framelit dies. And I think I have an oval. Uh-oh. What was that? Oh. Windows threat protection. Anyway. And I think we're also going to use a little oval. So, and these are the stitch shape framelits. And then some mixed media kind of stuff and all that jazz. But before we do that, we're going to put these back away. I'm going to show you just a small thrift store haul from today. Anyway, my friend Sue and I, we went to, there's a place around, well, it's like 45 minutes from me. It's called, what is it called? Shady Maple. And it's a smorgasbord. And then they also, it's run by the Mennonites, and they also have a, like a regular grocery store, but they have a lot of bulk stuff, plus fresher produce than some other stores around here. Hi, Bootsy. Okay. You're the only male voice? Oh, yeah, don't be late for that. Okay, well, I'm going to show you first. This is my mini haul from the thrift store, and it was a reuse it shop. So anyway, what we do is we have our breakfast and then smorgasbord, and then where you can and you can just go up and order omelets, or they have like a whole bunch of stuff you can just choose from, or pancakes or French toast or whatever, and you can get as much as you want. Hi, Ninju. Thanks for coming over. But then after that, we go on the way back. I sort of meet her because she lives further north from there and I live south. And I meet her in the middle, sort of, and then we go together. Anyway, there's usually we go to Goodwill, but neither one of us wanted to today. So we shopped at the Shady Maple store, and then we went to a Reuse It store, which is where I got this stuff. And then we went to a place called Bumps and Bruises, B&B, which is a discount grocery store, and picked up a few things. So I'm not going to show you all that stuff, but this is what I got at the Reuse It store. These little teeny weeny dragonfly. I don't know if you can see them. I have to get used to where they're tiny dragonfly beads for 50 cents. And there's a bunch of them in there. I didn't count them, so I don't know. And then these adorable little buttons. Aren't these cute little ship's wheels and planner, what do you call them? Watering cans. They were 50 cents each. And then one doily, which I didn't take out of the bag, but it looks pretty. And that was 25 cents. And then this Mickey or Minnie Mouse, what do you call these things? Chipboard album. See, it has a hole up here where you can put the thing through it. So I thought that would make a really cute album. And I have a couple friends that are really into Minnie and Mickey. I know one of them's on here. And then this is another little chipboard album, which is square, 4x4 inch square, and it has 2 areas for 2 rings. So I thought that would be fun for a project. And then the last things I got were these books. I'm out of room. This one's called Stamp, Tips, Techniques, and Projects for Stamp Lovers. And I thought it was only 50 cents. So I thought it was really cool because, and it's old though, it's like 2004, but it's got all these different, like stamping for scrapbooks, metal, clay, wood, and more, paper stamping, fabric stamping, mixed media. So it's probably a little outdated, but I thought I might be able to pick up some new techniques I haven't learned yet. And then this one is similar. It's called Textures Effects for Rubber Stamping. Are the words backwards for you? Anyway, this has 40 projects plus techniques for rubber stamping. And that one, it's weird because that one was 75 cents and it's a thinner book than this one, which I think might actually be more useful, and it was 50 cents. So, yeah. Okay, good, because they look backwards to me when on my screen. So, anyway, thank you for the 2 people who gave me thumbs up. If everybody else could too, even though we're just getting started, I would greatly appreciate it. So that was it. I spent $4 and something total. These chipboard albums cost more than the books, you know, together. And I just love these adorable little buttons. So I'll add them to my button collection. And of course, beads. So that's my haul. And if you'll miss it, if you didn't see it when you come in, you're going to have to rewatch. So these are the 2 cards we're going to make. And I did use a little bit of mixed media techniques on both of them, but different techniques. So we're going to start with the cat one because I'm a cat person and I can. I like dogs too. And actually, my cat is black and white. It's not this pattern, but she's all black on her head down to about here, and then she's white down her belly, and her little paws are white, but she's black all down her back and her tail. Anyway, and then the dog, my friend Sue that I was with today, has a some kind of a mixed dog. She's more of a yellowy color, but I didn't have a yellowy color. Well, I did, but I thought it would be too much. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. Okay? Everybody going to stick around? I'm going to take a sip of my tea first. It's my usual mint chamomile. Hi, Jamie. Thank you for coming by. You missed my little mini haul, so you'll have to rewatch if you want to see it. It's really small. Until your son interferes. Yeah, I get it, Brandy. Okay. All right, so we're doing the cat card first. Hopefully it'll turn out, because I don't know. Because sometimes stuff doesn't turn out for me, especially when I go live. So the first thing we're going to do is take this. There's a pack of stencils that Stampin' Up! Has called Pattern Party Decorative Masks, and they're in the annual catalog. And I'm using the one that looks like brick. And what I'm going to do is try and attempt to get this on here sort of straight. So I want the top row of bricks to line up, and then I am going to use a Post-it note to hold it down. So hopefully it doesn't move, but I'll have to use my finger too. And then I'm going to use Smoky Slate Stampin' Pad. And one of these things. Now this is not Stampin' Up! I bought this from, I think it was Little Acres Creations. Her husband makes them, and then these are just the ones you can get from that other company I can't mention that you all know. You know, the guy that has TH that worked for R kind of thing. Right? Everybody knows that, right? I'm going to pick this up one last time, because the first time I did this, I got it really crooked, and crooked bricks don't look right. So I might actually fasten it onto the back too. Hi, Paige. Thank you for coming. I'll show you the cards we're doing again. This is the first card we're going to do, and this is the second one. Hopefully, if I don't tire and if everything goes well. But we're starting with the kitty cat. So, and I'm using Smoky Slate. These are decorative masks, but I call them stencils. Pattern Party decorative masks that are Stampin' Up! There's actually, I think, 4 in the pack. I might as well just show you them too. And if anybody's interested in anything I share and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love for you to shop with me, because that would help me to keep bringing you these things. This one, that's too busy, isn't it? Has this design. We have clouds, which we're going to use in the second card, and then bricks. Hi, Therese. Thanks for coming over. Is anybody else crafting while I'm crafting? I'm trying to make sure my bricks are on my cardstock. And the cardstock I pre-cut is just regular Whisper White. And it is 5 and... 5 and... It doesn't have 8s on it. At least it does. 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And that's what all my mats are going to be tonight, unless I tell you otherwise. Okay, so I'm just going to daub this onto the Smoky Slate. Maybe a couple times. And hopefully I'm going to get this on. And I'm just going to go in a circular motion. And that's not going to work there. And hope that I can hold this straight. Easy peasy. I have also, with the bricks, I've also used embossing paste. And that gives it a lot of texture, but I wasn't going for the texture on this card, just kind of a look. Just the look. I might have already wiggled it, so oops. Well, if I mess it up, we'll flip it over and do it again. You got a 2-hour nap. I need a 2-hour nap. Oh, good, Ninja. You're doing Valentine cards. Cool. I made so many Valentine cards already. I'm kind of tired of making them, but I will make a few more still because I want to use up my paper that I have, my designer paper. Yeah, I'm jealous of a 2-hour nap too. I had a busy day, so I didn't get home from my morning smorgasbord breakfast and shopping till 3. No, that's not right. Till around 2, I guess it was. But then I had to gather up some stuff, put everything away, first of all, groceries and everything. And then I had to reload the car with my mom's clean laundry and some boxes to put some of her Christmas decorations away that were still in her room. And my cat is all confused today because my son usually works second shift, but today he had to go to like an orientation training thing, and he had to be at work by 8:15 this morning, and I left at 7:30, so we were both messing with the kitty. Barbara. Hi, Barbara. So his sleep is messed up too, for sure. And the cat is like clinging to him right now. So she just yelled at me when I got home. She's laying on him. But now he has to try and stay awake. Well, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. I might cut that white edge off, actually. And then I always clean my stuff right away. And I'm just going to use a baby wipe. So there's our bricks. But I don't want just bricks. Okay, let me stick that back here, out of sight. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to cut that off, so it's going to be a little bit smaller than 4 1/8. It'll probably be like 4. No big deal. At least they're straight. Yesterday when I made the first ones, I sort of had them going like I do normally at an angle. JW must be Jamie's. All right. Yep, I'll just do it at 4. So this one's going to be 4 by 5 1/4, I think. You know what? I'm going to cut it off the top. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera, I know. I just don't have room on the desk to put the trimmer and do that. Okay. I don't mind this little bit at the bottom because I'm going to cover it anyway. So I'm going to use, if I can figure out what I just did with it, a piece of scrap that I had out of the Wood Textures Designer Series paper. Eyes bit working yet? Oh, you woke up from a nap too? What is it with you guys all napping? No fair. Anyway, this is one of the lighter wood textures on the first card. It was a little bit different paper. It had more wood grain looking in it. This has wood grain too, but not so much swirly stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down. Really? Huh. Maybe they're, Bootsy, maybe Michael's is getting ready to put new stuff out. Sometimes they clear the shelves off and rearrange. Get ready for, I don't know what's next, St. Patrick's Day and Easter? Or do they already have that stuff out? I am avoiding going in stores like you wouldn't believe. And this piece is a little too wide, so I'll just snip it off when I get this on here. Okay, and then I'll use my Stampin' Up! Snips and just cut that off. And there we go. There's our floor. And now for the fun part. I think actually the stamp set we're going to use first is this 9 Lives. So cute. So cute. This is in the Occasions catalog. Yes. But the cat punch that coordinates with it is in the annual catalog. Because they brought this out. Well, it might have been in there even before Halloween. But I bought it around Halloween to use for a black cat. Okay, Barbara. That's fine. Yeah, I'm sure they have lots of Valentines. That sale is probably just about over now. So here's what the stamps are like. Oh, look, I had another piece in there. I already did one cat. Should we just use that one? Or should we do a different one? Or should we do one like I did with the black and white, which is actually two steps? Let's see. I guess I should do another one just so you guys can, because I'm not happy with that one anyway. So you guys can see how I did this. Okay. And I guess you could use your stamping tool, Stamparatus or whatever. Oh, that was smart. I'm not sorry, guys. I'm not with it too much here tonight. Let me get my stamps out of there. So, here's the part of the cat, but I don't know if you can see it. There's no outline on the stamp. So what I actually had to do was do this one that has the outline and then stamp this over it. And since it's photopolymer, it's pretty easy to do. Yeah, I'm going to do the black and white trees. There is another one on there, which I'll have to do for my daughter sometime because hers is more like a tiger calico. And there is one here that has the tiger calico outline. So we're going to do the black and white. So let me get those two out. The one that's like the main cat with the whiskers and the one that has just extra spots. And let me get a block. Because this is a black and white cat, I'm just going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Let me put this aside. And I'm doing this on just a scrap of white paper. Hi, Heather. Thank you for joining us. Okay. And just hopefully got him inked up enough. Pull up. Ta-da! Love it when it works. Okay, I have to unbury my Stampin' Chamois, which I should have cleaned a little bit and added water too, but it's gonna have to do. Looks pretty dirty, and it is actually pretty dirty right now. Anyway, okay, and then let me get the other kitty, the other part of the kitty, and see if I can line it up as good as I did yesterday. I don't know. We shall see. All right. I think what I did is I looked for the base. I don't think I have that inked enough. The base of the tail. And that foot. Move it till you get it so it looks right, hopefully. I don't know. I might have to go with the Stamparatus today. I don't know. All right, well, we'll just try it and see. I don't think I got it as good today. Nope, I'm off. Oops. Oh, well. Hi, Penny. Thank you for joining us. Let's try it again. Let's try the Stamparatus, actually. Maybe that'll work better. I was thinking the block would just be faster, but not if I mess it up. So, here's the Stamparatus. And it's photopolymer, so I do want the foam pad in here. And I have grid paper because I bought the pack of grid paper as an accessory. Let me just line this up here. Put that down here. Put that. And I like to just angle these most of the time. But it doesn't matter where you put them as long as you don't put them right next to each other. All right, so here's our first kitty. And we're going to just do them over here because I need to be able to get the punch up from the bottom when I do the punch. Well, actually, let me find a line. Okay. And that bothers me. Okay. What if you stamp the dotted cat first? Maybe, except the dotted cat doesn't have the outline. It's just the dots. So it's hard to sort of see where to put it. I might have done that yesterday. If this doesn't work, we'll try that page. There's our little outline. I'm just going to peel this off and clean it when we're done. And then now we can try and position this guy better than we did. Oh, the ear lines up. The head lines up. And then we go down like that. I might have got better this time. Maybe. Hopefully. I don't see the spots outside his body anymore. Okay, I'm going to try it. We'll try it. And if not, we'll do it the other way. I need more practice too, which is why I'm doing this. Can't have a lot. Yeah, you can't be shaky for this. No, I still got it off. Okay, we're going to do it the other way. You know, yesterday I had no problem. I just did it right away. Oh, well. Live and learn. Maybe I did do it backwards. What I think of as backwards yesterday. I don't know. Can't remember. I did so much yesterday because I knew I wouldn't be home today and I had to prep for this. So that's what it looks like without the outline. That's probably what I did. So you're learning with me. Okay, that has to go outside the cat line. But the ear has to go up there. But over here doesn't look right. How's that look? I don't know. I can't tell. We'll try it. No, I think his one ear is off. Hang on. No, it's not. It's not fine because some of the blobs are off his body. The black spots. The other one. Okay. I think we're going to try that. We'll try it. If not, we might just do the other kitty. Anyway. Make sure I got all the spots. Okay. We're trying it. I think the tail's off this time. Well, his body's better, but his tail's not. You know what? I'm going to punch him out and see what happens. Oh, goodness. Sorry. No, I don't like him that way. I don't know. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. You can't tell that his spots aren't all the way on his tail. We'll try it. But we might end up using the other one I already had out. So now I'm just putting them in the punch and lining that up. No, the spots on the legs are off too. Maybe I just can't see tonight. I don't know. Well, I'll have to fussy cut because the tail is not right and over here is not right. Let me punch the other one out, see which one looks better. if either. Yep. You can't see it all. That's because you're further away. I can see it. So if I'd send that card to somebody and it's like, why are the spots coming off his tail? Yeah. And his cheek. And he has a black eye. He or she. So this part is pretty easy to line up actually in here. I'm trying to get close there so I can cut that blob off. This is probably why it takes me forever to do. His hair is sticking up. Well, I don't know. I think we'll go with this one, but I don't know. It looks like he has an eye looking out from a separate mask, which I'm sure you guys can't see, but I can. I'm going to try one more time, guys. One more time. Can't have my kitty looking all wonky. I'm using up my scrap paper pretty quick. I don't know if he'll fit on here. Let's see. Well, he won't fit on there like that. Let me use a different piece. Okay. I'm trying it the first way again. Just because I'm lazy and that's the one on the Stamparatus now. Perfect little kitty there. I could just color him in. No spots. So what are you all working on? Somebody said they're making Valentine's cards. That ear has to align and that eye. And the dots look like they're on the tail better. Okay. Here we go. As I push down, that might be it. I might have got it. I might have. Oh, let's see. I think this one's going to look better because it apparently had ink on it still. Who's Roy? Is that Bootsy? You're working on yo-yo with crochet embellishments? Cool. I've never done that. And Therese made birthday cards for her sister and brother. Well, that's going to do it because it's close enough. At least most of the spots are on his body. His eye's still a little wonky, but oh well. Hi, Kathy. Yay. We are working on kitties and doggies tonight. And the card we're making right now is this one. And then we're going to do maybe this one. And I showed a little thrift haul earlier. Thrift store haul. And let me put these away. I don't know what I do with the rest of them, but I'll stick these in here for now so I don't lose them. But I have to find the rest. Okay, so we have our kitty. Now, hopefully I won't punch it. This is the cat punch again from the annual catalog. I think it's the annual catalog. Pretty sure. And make sure I'm not cutting off any ears or anything. There we go. I think. Oops, wait. No, I moved it. Okay, here we go. Boom! Our kitty! Woohoo! Purry kitty, yeah. I love my kitty. Template of the pillow box. And oh, good. That's good, Barbara. Great idea. I have Christmas paper left as well. Okay, so what do I do with my card? Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry. I'm like really not doing so good here. I think it's under here. Here we go. There's the start. So we have our kitty. There's our kitty. And I need to stamp the little yarn ball. And these are stitched rectangles. And if I find the rest of my stamp set, I'll get that out as well. And it just says, "You're the cat's meow." And then on the inside, I did "A friend like you comes around once in 9 lives," and the little mouse down in the corner. The template for the heart thing. Oh, it's on she, all one word, crafts. It was a live like 2-3 lives ago that I did it on it, but she crafts is where she did a video, and it was called Heart Rosette or something like that. I think it was called Heart Rosette with and without dies, and that was the one without dies. And then below her video was the template that looked like a whale. But she said if you didn't download that, you could just draw like a whale shape, which I don't have right here. I did have it here, but I don't anymore. So anyway, that's where it was. She crafts. And someday I'll probably forget that, so it's good you're asking now. Okay, I'm going to get the little yarn ball. Thank you, Ninja. It's not real easy for me. And I'm learning. And then the friend like you comes around once in a lifetime. Once in 9 lives, excuse me. And put these back in here so I don't lose them too. Okay, so the yarn ball. Now what I like to do is stamp before I cut them out, because you know me, I can't get anything straight. So if I punch this out or cut this out first and then stamp it, it's going to be crooked for sure. And this one is a little easier because it's yarn. And I'm using the color Berry Burst, which is from the In Color 2017 to 19. Really pretty color. I love this color. Anyway, actually this way can fit on here, so just tap, 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 and boom. There you go. That worked pretty good so far. Thank you, Ninja. Appreciate that. And then this will stamp on here because I need it to fit on a rectangle. And I forgot to close my stamp pad. I'll do that in a minute. And I thought I re-inked my memento, but I think I have to do it again because I use it a lot. When you first get photopolymer stamps, you probably all know this, but either A, test them first, or some people rub them on a little bit of a rough surface, not like sandpaper or something, but just to get them to stamp good the first time. Okay, so there's our stamps, and now I have to die cut them. So let me put my stamps back in here. What Penny was talking about was the heart rosette that I showed in my last live and used on my flip book. Pencil eraser, that would be good. Yes, I have heard that, pencil eraser. Okay, so let me get my ink pad closed, and I'm going to get out the stitch shape framelits, this smallest oval. I think that's what I used for the yarn. right here. And it just fits like that. So let me run that through my big kick that I have over here to my left. And I'll be back. And I just realized I did make a mistake just now. Oh, no, I didn't. Yes, I did. This was supposed to be the inside of the card sentiment, so I will restamp. That goes in that square, and that sentiment is supposed to go on another card blank. Ugh. You stamp your... For the first time you use your photopolymer, you stamp with Versamark. Okay. Actually, I have a circle one instead of a squares that I did yesterday. Let's see how we like that. And it's the right sentiment. I don't know. I kind of think it's too big dimensionally. I think I like the rectangle better. What do you guys think? I'm going to do it again with the rectangles. Okay, so let me find the cat's meow. You're the cat's meow, which is again out of the 9 Live stamp set in the Occasions catalog. Here it is. You're the cat's meow. All right. Okay, memento. Good night, Bootsy, Roy. Yeah, rectangle. I think so too. I'll save that other one for a different card. Which is what I do if I do stuff like that. I don't throw it out. I stick it in with the stamp set and save it for another time. Different card. So let's see how we do this. I don't know if I got enough ink on there. Perfect! Yay! All right, just cleaning my stamp pad on my stamp chamois. Putting my stamp away because I will lose them. Okay, and then I'm going to get out the rectangle stitched framelits dies, which are in the Occasions catalog, in case anybody's interested. And you get 13 different shapes, but the one I used was this one because I felt like it looked like a picture frame on the wall kind of thing. And I did it out of the white, and then I did it out of the Berry Burst, which coordinates with the yarn. And let me see if I have Berry Burst here. I do. Here is Berry Burst, and I just dropped all my watercolor paper. Oh. Shoot. Okay. So let me cut them out, and I'll be right back. You may chat amongst yourselves. Okay, I'm just trying to line it up so it looks straight in the frame. And then I just roll it back. And I roll it forth. And the only reason I do that is because that way it comes back to me and it's easier for me to get it. So here is our first little one. And I'm just going to do it again in Berry Burst. And that doesn't have to line up because it's just nothing on it. If you had a pattern on the paper, you'd have to be careful and line it back up. I don't do well with lining patterns up, so I tend not to do that. Okay, so then what I did is I just sort of line that up like this. Maybe. And then we'll tie a bow last. So I bumped this one up on dimensionals, which I'll do. I did not bump this up on dimensionals. I did not bump these up on dimensionals, and then I tied a bow. So let me get my glue and my dimensionals. And these are the mini dimensionals for the cat, which Stampin' Up, I think they're fairly new. They have the regular size, and then these are the minis, which I love. I love their dimensionals. And I tend to go a little gung-ho on everything but his tail. Thank you, Penny. Penny, are you a demonstrator? If you don't mind my asking. Or just a viewer? Hi, Kathy D. Okay, that's fine. Just everybody give a thumbs up that's here, or that's watching, that might not be talking. Lurkers included. And we're just going to have this kitty sitting on the wood texture floor. And then we're going to glue down this oval. And see, I have a tail on the back of that paper. I just flip it over and use it because nobody's going to see that. Now, you have to be careful because some, like if you colored with blends on it, you couldn't do that because it would show through. And we'll put it on right side up. And there I just kind of lined up the tip of the oval with the end of with the top of the wood flooring. And then here, I just want to line up my frame. Let's see how I did on that. Like with the bottom of one of the rows of bricks, since they're fairly straight. And hopefully I'll get it straight. Okay, thanks. Just wondered. Penny. Okay, we'll just do it like that. Sort of, kind of. It looks a little crooked to me. Nope, pretty good. And then I just saw offset this one, and I didn't pop it up. That's fine. I'm glad you're here watching. The more the merrier. But sometimes, just so you guys know, when you're doing live, sometimes the chat just goes like zoom real fast, or sometimes it gets stuck. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know what that's all about, but we're almost done the first card, guys. We have to put this on the black card base because I just think that makes it pop, especially since the kitty is black and white. And for that, I'm going to use, you could use your wet glue, but I'm going to use my snail. I like my snail. Hopefully I don't run out of it right in the middle of doing this. And I probably use too much because I like to go around the edges and once through the middle. And then we shall see. And I stand up to do this because it's the only way I can get it sort of straight. I got a little bit coming out the edge there I'll have to get, but not too bad. And then on the inside, I have another piece cut of white, which I think I used one of my white pieces, and I shouldn't have, but anyway. This is where we're supposed to stamp. A friend like you comes around once in 9 lives. So let me get that back out. Thank you, Nix. Thank you, Penny. Okay. Once in 9 lives. I love my kitty. When we were at breakfast today, a couple of the people there were like, I don't like cats. And one of them said, I like cats, but I'm allergic. So, yeah, that is a problem with a lot of people. But not me. I started liking cats. I like dogs too, but I don't have a fenced-in yard. My house is small. And I started liking cats a while back because I used to travel a lot for work. And it was, you know, it's really hard to have somebody, you have to find somebody to take care of your dog all the time, where cats, as long as somebody comes home to the house once a day or something to give them food and water. Oh, sorry I put you to sleep, Brandy. Anyway, there we go. Let me clean that off now too. And then I have to get the mousey out, because in the other one I put a little mousey down in the corner there. So we'll do that too, because I just think it's cute. I like doing the inside on my cards. Some people don't bother, but I just think it adds a little extra something something. I don't always do it, but most of the time I do. Let me tell you, after this live is done, I will be, oh shoot, I will be dozing off too. But I don't know, last night I finished binge watching, I was watching The Midwives. It used to be, I was watching the, where's my little mouse? Here he is. Used to be I was watching When Calls the Heart. Oh my gosh, that is such a good show, and I watched all the way through season 5 now. Is that back? Napping? Is that back one? What's that back one? I am not following. Okay, so this I stamped in Smoky Slate. Yeah, Call the Midwives. That was so good. And I watched the last one last night. I'm like, now what am I going to watch? That was a good show. You don't want them to end. It was on Netflix. I don't watch much regular TV. I binge watch on Netflix, and I don't even have well, I have it because my son has it. And he added me onto his account. So, because my grown son is still at home. I'm just stamping a little mousey here, because it's cute. And then I think what I did, I can't even remember. I know I colored it in. I think I used my, where is it? Blushing Bride. I used my Stampin' Right marker in Blushing Bride and just did a little pink of his ears. And then I think I did a little black dot for his eye instead of the gray. And then I think I just colored the rest of them in Smoky Slate. And I'm going to use the writing end of the pens because these are small. The nice thing about doing the cat that way and in black and white, you don't have to color any of it. Where the other ones, you really sort of do. Have to color them. And these markers are the dye-based ink ones that match the, I think that was supposed to have like little stitching lines there, but that's okay. Am I even in frame? Yeah, sort of. If I go off frame too long or something, you guys type in all caps, Dab, get back on frame. And when I glance up, hopefully I'll see that. All right, I'm going to try and use the brush end a little bit to smooth that out. It'll make him a little darker, but that's okay. I'm not the best colorist. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so that is Smoky Slate. Basic black. The basic, oops, I'm sorry guys, I bumped you. The basic black marker you can buy individually. The Stampin' Right one. The rest of them come in a set for now, although it's possible that'll change in the future. Okay, so now we just have to glue this in, and then there's our card. There's our card. And I used the, well, I'm using glue now because I have it open. I was going to use the snail on this again. This is just liquid glue. You can use the liquid glue of your choosing. This is not, that one is not a Stampin' Up! One. But I would use the Stampin' Up! One, but I'm out of it. 'Tis empty. And there we go. Card number 1. How much time? Oh gosh. See, an hour for, well, a little less than an hour because I did the, and I put that on a little crooked too. Thank you, Barbara. So, oh, we forgot our ribbon. Okay. This is not one of the things I'm good at all. Tying bows. But this is the Berry Burst ruffled, mini ruffled ribbon. And it's, excuse me, it's 3/8 inch wide. So we're just going to tie a bow because we need something up here. A little longer. And I do try and leave it on the spool just to be a little less wasteful. Not always successful in that. But with Stampin' Up! Ribbons anyway, you get anywhere from 5 to 10 yards of ribbon on a spool. The individual spools are usually 10 yards, and the ones that come in multi-packs are usually 5. At least that's what I've seen so far that I've been a demonstrator. This ribbon actually ties really nice. Let me get my ribbon cutters. There we go. And I'm going to use mini glue dots for that because they make bows stick down really well. And mine is all like falling apart, but it's on a roll. When you buy them, and rather than getting them in your paper pumpkin or whatever, you get them on a roll like this. So, and there we go. I actually think I did that one better than the first one, except it might be a little bit long. Let me just snip that a little more. And this one. Oops. Come on, cut. Maybe my ribbon scissors aren't doing too good anymore. Okay, remove some stuff here. That is card number 1. You guys want to hang around for card number 2 or do that a different night since it's already an hour? Hear the cats meow. A friend like you comes around once in 9 lives. So super cute. Let me move them out of the way and put this extra stuff in the cat stamp set. And the little mouse has to go back in here, and I'll organize them better later. Another card page says, this is the next one. Get rid of these cats that didn't turn out. Oops. Sorry. Now we're going to use Happy Tails. But to do Happy Tails, we're going to use watercolor paper to start. And because I'm actually going to watercolor a little bit. And let me see if I got those inks out. No. So I used a combination of Garden Green and now, and guys, I am definitely not an artist at all, not at all. So bear with me because this one was a little harder for me. I know nothing about watercoloring. I just had fun doing it. So anyway. Okay, so what I used is these 2 inks. Let me get the stamp set out of the way. And if I can find it, my watercolor pen. Here it is. I mean, my aqua painter. I only have one filled up. There's 2 sizes when you get a pack, medium and large. And this actually is the large one because the tip is longer is basically what it means. But the other one doesn't have any water in it. So, and I believe what I did is I did the garden green first. I'm a crafter, yes, me too. And I don't usually like to do this, which is push down on your ink pad and put the blob in here, but yeah, I'm doing it tonight. My preference is to take a block like this and put it on your ink pad and then use that, and then you can wipe your block off. I just think this looks, anyway, just going for some uneven grassy look. I think I have a Callie hair on here. So I'm just like going all over. I got a little too much water. The one thing I like about watercoloring, though, is it doesn't have to be perfect because it's watercolor, you know. It's like whatever you want it to look like. We'll sort of make that look like blades of grass going up. Clean your brush before you do the next color. And really, we should dry this. And I would use the heat thing, but I don't know how to mute you to do that when I'm alive. Anybody else know? How do you mute on the live? Because I could use my heat tool then. Okay, so this is a stamp pad that needs more. I take it and push from the bottom and the top together because otherwise I don't have enough hand strength. And I still didn't really get a whole lot. So let me try it again. Yeah. And squish in the middle. There we go. See the blob? The blob. All right, that's getting pretty dry. I'm just going to add in Pear Pizzazz just to give it a little, you know, grass isn't all one color, right? So you just want to add some other color in with it. So this is Pear Pizzazz. Oh, when I came home today at the second time, 5-ish, there was a deer and one deer in my back. When I pull in my driveway, I could see it in my backyard. And I put corn out for the deer, but I hadn't yet. So I got stuff out of the car and brought it to my little landing. And then I immediately went and got a cup, like a 16-ounce glass full of deer corn. And I opened the back patio door because I have a screened-in patio. And the deer ran, but it didn't run far. And they watched me put the corn out for them. And one of them, there's a cornfield not too far from me, but it's all plowed over. There were like 6 other deer in there, but there was just one this time, and it was a doe. Anyway, she stood there watching me put the corn out, and as soon as I started turning around to come back into the house, she came up into the yard again. It was so cool, and it was daylight still. They tend to come here more like daylight just before dusk. At least that's when I mostly see them. So does anybody know how to mute a live? Do I just take my normal volume on the computer down? Anybody? Well, I have to dry that before I do the blue, or it's going to end up being a messy mess. So I'll try and do it away. The ink on the lid like that would drive me crazy. Yes, and I usually wipe it up too. So after this, I'll take a baby wipe or something and wipe it up normally. I didn't from last night because I knew I was going to be doing it again tonight. So yeah, hang on, turning away. Doesn't take long. This, and I do recommend watercolor paper for this because I've tried doing this on, I had to put some of these stamp pads away, on regular white, whisper white, and also on thick whisper white, and I don't like the effect as well. So I'm actually going to use Pool Party. Let me see if I have it in there too already. Nope. All right, I'll do the other technique because this one's clean. Thank you, Penny. So it is the regular screen. I didn't know if there was one in, like in the live thing or not. You could use Balmy Blue. Hi, Julia. Thank you for coming. So I'm just doing, we're working on this card, which is the second card. And the first one we did was this one. Beep. There we go. A little blurry there. I think they're adorable. So we're using the Happy Tales stamp set, and the other one was the 9 Lives stamp set from Stampin' Up! In the Occasions catalog. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water out of my aqua painter onto the Pool Party, and I'm just going to go over the whole rest of the background here. I might mix it with a little Balmy Blue. I didn't do that last night, but I might tonight. Because the Pool Party sort of greeny blue. I don't know. You might actually need more ink on this block. No, maybe not. I just went all over. Thank you. The next one I want to use with those sets are I want to put a cat and a dog together because I think that would be cute with the Friends Forever. I think that's how they show one of the samples in the catalog, actually. Oops. Add a little bit of water there. Add a little water. There we go. A little more color. Skies aren't perfect, right? In fact, I should have probably gone back and forth instead of up and down, but yeah, well. When it dries, it'll just be pretty much light blue. Try and get some of the streaks out of here and go off the edge. If anybody has tips, I'm open for suggestions. I don't like this streak over here. So we're going to get a little more water on that and try and get that up. Okay. We'll definitely have to dry that, and then you just wipe your block off with a baby wipe or whatever, and there you have it. And that baby wipe is shot. All right, I'm going to mute you. Try to, as soon as I find my mouse. Let me clean my water brush off a little bit, and I lost the lid to the water brush. Oh well, I'll lay it over here temporarily. Okay, gonna mute you for a moment. No, not. Wrong thing. There we go. That didn't take long, but I dropped my heat gun. I need a bigger house. anyway, then what I did is I took the clouds, and did you guys know Stampin' Up! Has embossing paste? And they have these palette things. What do they call them? Palette knives. I'm not muted now. Oh, I wasn't muted when I did the thing? It said I was. Oh, that's weird. See? So that didn't work, just muting my computer. I don't know. I don't understand. Oh, well. I might have to do it one more time. So now the trick again is to keep it straight on the card. Did you hear everything crashing in the background then when it wasn't muted? Everything was falling. Okay, I'm just going to tape this down with this purple tape, which, by the way, I saw somebody on a video saying use this to put your dies down on your paper. I would not do that. It rips the paper for me. So, yeah. Not recommended. I recommend Post-it notes instead. It's all a learning experience. Yes, it sure is. So, I don't want a whole lot of clouds. On the original one, I just put 3, and I think 3 or 4 would be enough. So I want this big one. I might kind of do this one and this one, and that goes off the card, and that's okay. Just those 3, I think. Yes, I didn't know you got. I've forgotten, I guess, that you got those nicks. So cool. The paste is really thick. I just kind of stir it up a little bit. And if you scrape any onto the top, put it down into the rest of your paste because it will dry out up in the top part. And I don't know, I just smear it on. So again, not an expert. And I want this one. And I don't want them to be too thick because this is a card after all. But I do want coverage. So I'm hoping those books I got from the thrift store today about rubber stamping, they have some mixed media stuff in there too, and I'm hoping they help me learn that a little better. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do. And then clean it up right away. Which I normally would just go, I have a little powder room up here. I would go in and wash everything, but I'm just going to use a baby wipe again. Clean them off because if it dries on there, it'll be a hot mess, as many people say. And then we're also going to lift this up right away. And try and lift it straight up if you can. I'm not so good about that either. Ta-da! Pretty good, pretty good. Except I don't like that blue streak there, but that's okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe this off first of all, and I'm going to set that aside and try and let it air dry a little bit as I wipe this off and get it through the paper. At least get most of it off because it will stay on your mask, stencil, whatever you want to call it. So there we go. We have a little texture now with our clouds. I'll just put that back over there. Okay. And now what we're going to do is our dog. So I'm bringing this piece of paper, get my little dog, and I'm going to do the same dog, which is just this one. The dog also has spots so you could do a Dalmatian, or up here, if you can just see these 3 spots, that's just like to give it 3 different spots on it. But I'm not gonna do that level of detail again. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for coming by. Cool. We got a whole crowd here tonight, off and on. Forgot to put my dog bone away. So this is the cute little dog, which I think looks like a lab or something. I don't know. Let me make sure this is going to be a big enough piece of paper. Yeah, maybe not. And I don't think that will be either. All right, I need a different piece of Whisper White, guys. Yep, hang on. Found one. Pull from your scrap bin. Okay, so now what I'm going to use is soft suede, but I'm going to color them in crumb cake. So let me get my two. Move that out of the way. There's crumb cake. Here's soft suede. So I'm outlining them in soft suede. I'm going to stamp them on here just to make sure. Yep, pretty good. Okay, come on, doggy. He's so cute. I love animals. Hi, Deborah. I'm actually not going to use the crumb cake for coloring. I mean, I am, but I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol markers. And I figure if Memento Tuxedo Black, which they recommend using with the blends, is a dye ink, and these are dye inks, that should work just fine, and it does. Blends will bleed. Blends will bleed. I didn't get that super clean. We'll have to do that later. So, let's see. This is Stampin' Blend. This is the light. That's ivory. Never mind. Oops. This is the Stampin' Blend in crumb cake. Excuse me. And this is it in light crumb cake and dark. All the Stampin' Blends come in light and dark, so it makes it really easier to blend. Make it a lady dog with bling on her neck. Yeah, I kind of did that here. I put Berry Burst. And there's a little diamondy thing, but it didn't show up on her. So anyway, I'm going to mostly just use the light and just do normal coloring. Normal coloring. Meaning nothing fancy. But they already sort of have the shading here. My friend Sue has a dog named Buffy. So this is representing Buffy. But it's not really tan. It's more of a yellowish blonde. She's a blonde. So I'm just going to sort of go around in circles. And if you go too close to the edge, it will bleed, but we're going to punch it out anyway. So, I mean, it'll bleed over the edge, but it doesn't bleed much with this dye ink. I mean, the blends will bleed, not the dye ink. And a cute little waggy tail. My neighbor across the street raises and trains golden retrievers. I love them too. My aunt, when I was young, had a golden retriever named Taffy. And she was the sweetest dog. She shed like crazy, but she was so sweet. I'm just going back over some of these areas here that they've already drawn on. Some of the markings. Pretty consistent looking doggy. And they will dry a little lighter than they look at first. Yep. Okay, that's maybe down here a little more. That's about it. Nothing fancy. I'm not a fancy colorist, whatever. I think on the first one, I might have, no, I think that was on a different one and I didn't like the effect. Now, also with the Stampin' Blends, how's my mom? She's doing okay. I just saw her today. Her leg is getting better, still oozing a little bit, but not like crazy. They do have a blending pen, which basically kind of removes some of the ink, but you can lighten it by doing that kind of thing. See, she has a spot. And I'm going to lighten her little chest fur a little bit too, and her belly. Just make her a little lighter there. And that's that. And then wipe it off. Okay, so let's get our punch. Dog builder punch, which actually has a little heart here too. And I put that little heart on the first one. I colored it with Flirty Flamingo and just stuck it on that tag. So, hi Rebecca. Thank you for coming by. Are you guys all subscribed? I think you are. If you're not, please hit the subscribe button. And for new people coming in, please hit the like button. Okay. For these cute, adorable dogs and cats. Now I'm just trying to line this up because, yeah, I'm kind of picky that way too. I gotta get the tail down a little bit more. Okay, good enough, Deb. There we go. And I don't know where my heart went. In there. There we go. So there's our dog. But I'm going to take my snips if I can unbury them here. I don't like this much white showing on top. So I'm just going to trim a little bit. And maybe a little bit here too. Thank you, Deborah. Hi, Heather. What's the yes, ma'am to? I don't know. Oh, that you're all subscribed. Okay, good. Thank you. And I'm using, for those of you just coming in, I'm using the 9 Lives and the, what is this called? Happy Tales stamp set is what I'm using now. You're making a card, Deborah? Or I'm making a card. Hopefully we're both making a card. I think card making's kind of become my thing. I like doing other paper crafts too, though, sometimes to get back into other creative outlets. I don't know. But I think I'm better at card making than some of the other stuff. So there's our little doggy. And now we have to do our other stamping. But before we do that, I'm going to get out my Flirty Flamingo or Blushing Bride, whatever this is. Flirty Flamingo Light. And I'm just going to color this little heart. There is a heart stamp in this set too, but since I didn't stamp that near the dog, I'm just going to go ahead and color this. And that's all. Thank you, Rebecca. I'm trying. You love cards, Lisa? I do too. I hope it's not a dying art because, you know, there's so many electronic everything, you know. But I like making cards. All right, so I'm using the same stitched rectangle, and I just want to make sure I have enough. Yep, paper on here. And now we're going to stamp in soft suede again, the Friends Forever, out of our little stamp set here. If I can find it. Yep, here it is. Take my dog bone off my block so I can use it for this. And if you stamp first, you don't have to worry about getting it straight. Although I don't really have a lot of extra here, so I want to try and get it centered. Ta-da! You're loving the grass? The grass was just a combination of grass green and pear pizzazz. So I think it just gave it some, I don't know, added color. You know, grass is not all one color. Neither is the sky. Although I think I should have made the sky go sideways instead of up and down. But oh well. It's okay. I'm a beginner watercolorist. Okay, so I cleaned my Friends Forever. Now I want to get the little paw print guy out, which is down here. And for that, I use these. I love these itty bitty little blocks. They're block A. I have a couple of them. They're just perfect for these little stamps. But now I'm going to use crumb cake. Sun drawing wood. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now I'm getting the lighter shade of crumb cake out. And I kind of feel like cards are just a little tiny piece of art, you know? Oh, you know what? I should... Let me cut this first, actually. Be right back. Sort of like an ATC, only a little bigger. It's your individual piece of art. But I have a lot to learn as far as, I really want to start learning more fun folds, fancy folds. I'm not so good at that, or figuring out new ones. That's what, that's what, some people are so good and creative at coming up with new things like that. And I'm like, it's all I can do just to learn the ones that other people do. So, okay, now we're going to do our little paw print. And I just stamp them off and then stamp them on here. Yeah, like a bigger ATC. And you are creating, even though you're using stamps that somebody else designed, you know, you're creating how you want to put it together. That one got a little dark, but that's okay. We got our 4 little paw prints there. So I'm going to try and clean right away. Kind of particular about cleaning my stamps right away. Although my stamp chamois needs to be washed and wet better. Okay, so let me put my block away. So that's how I did that. Put that over here. And then I'm actually just going to put this on before I glue anything down. And I only glued the bottom half of the heart. Just a little bit of glue. I probably actually got too much on, so that the heart kind of sticks up above the rectangle. And I like, yes, they do. And I actually learned a lot about cards from Paige, who is Stamp Girl on here, if she's still here. Hope so. Hi, Paige, if you are. Hope you're hanging in there, hon. Anyway, and then I use dimensionals, which I have buried. I can use the regular ones for this. And we have to do our dog. My card is a little bendy. And I'll bet the clouds aren't quite dry. But, no, well, we're going to let them air dry. Thank you, Paige. I'm having fun. I'm slow. I'm not fast. Just, you know, I watch my up lines and they're making 5 cards in an hour. I'm like, yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. Once in a while, I can make them in like 5 cards is like a morning for me. Now let's put some on our doggy. I think we'll use the little ones and big ones. No, this particular set of Stampin' Dimensionals is like, oops, is super sticky. They're not like, see how these peel off real easy? That one sheet is not doing that. And the little ones help you get in tight spaces. I love Paige's cards too. Consider her my mentor. One of them. And the other one's my up line. All right, so now we just take these off, which end up all over my floor because they end up on the bottom of my socks or slippers. And then I go downstairs to the kitchen and I find them in the kitchen. These little papers that come off the dots. And then we just put our doggy down here, sitting in the grass. Aww. Are you asking me, Deborah? I have not sold my cards yet. I tried to sell some at a, well, it was at a craft fair in, when was it? No, mid-November. I think I put the doggy over a little too far, but that's okay. Each card is a little bit different. Oh, I forgot to stamp his, her collar. There is a little collar in here. Somewhere. Here it is. And I used Berry Burst because I didn't think anything else would show up. Oh, I got these all in the wrong places here. Ball print goes here. Okay. Berry Burst. Where'd you go? Here it is. You just discovered Paige. Oh, yeah. Paige is great. I started watching her in, well, I started crafting in 2000, not crafting. I started with jewelry making, and then I started planning in late 2016. And then Misty Blackburn was also into making jewelries, and I was on her, I think it was like her Facebook page, or maybe she did a live on YouTube. I can't remember. She said, is anybody up for a pocket letter swap? I want to try pocket letters. I'm like, sure, I'll do that. Oh my gosh. That hooked me on paper. And then I started trying everything I could, including cards. And I really got kind of hooked on cards. Okay, so now we're going to do our little collar here. Ta-da! Oh, that turned out better than the first one, actually. Stamp off. Okay, now with watercolor paper, because it's so thick, I do recommend using wet glue, and it's textured. I recommend using wet glue. And I don't know if anybody else has other suggestions on putting it down onto your card base. So I, by the magic of YouTube, have a black card base. Oh, that's right, Paige. Thank you for reminding me that. It's STMPGRL, Rebecca. She's right below where you typed. That's Paige. And yeah. So I do recommend wet glue on these watercolors. Let me put my markers away just because I'm out of room. Get rid of my sticky note. And I'm going to use a different wet glue than what I was using. I'm going to use Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue just because I have it. It's almost empty, I think, too. And it gives you a chance to move stuff around. Megan W. Now she's doing more jewelry now. She actually left YouTube for like a month and then came back, and she's doing more jewelry stuff, which is funny because I started in jewelry and I'm actually doing more card and paper craft stuff now than jewelry, but I do need to get back into jewelry or I'll be having a going out of business big time sale. And then kind of hold this down without messing up my clouds. Now on the first one, I experimented on the clouds, and I may do that when they're dry. Just take your alcohol markers. I would not recommend the gray because unless you want them to go for rainy day. But I took, I think, balmy blue or pool party. Probably be better with pool party since pool party is what we used in the background. And just take the light and edge them. Actually, these are pretty dry. I can probably do it now. I'll just go around them a little bit to define them a little bit. Trying to make sure that all sticks down first. Okay, and I just went around the edges. You don't have to do this. You can even color in the whole thing. Or another thing you can do, which I didn't even think of till just now, you can color your embossing paste with your ink refills first. Like put them in a little palette, add some dye ink refills, you know, like these little guys, bottles, not in orange, obviously. And put them down in a real light blue. I think I'll try that the next time. But this is just my Stampin' Blends. And I'm just going around the edges a little bit. And if it's too dark, I can actually use my Stampin' Blend remover thing. And take some off. In fact, I might do that. Just defines them just a little bit more. Make it look more like kid clouds. Thank you, Paige. I'm just going to try and blend it in a little bit more with this blending one. I don't know if that's working. I think that's making it bleed a little more, actually. Okay. And that, except for the inside, is my card. Let's find the lid to the Turbo Tacky Glue, which is oozing. Okay, now I had another card base cut, but I might have used it for something I wasn't supposed to. Hang on. Yeah, maybe I did. Bear with me. I might have to cut another piece of white paper. So hang on. Okay. Okay, so for the inside, I'm going to cut a piece that is 4 1/8 by 5 I think it's 5 3/8. Hang on. 1, 2, yep, 5 3/8. And that's going to be the inside of our card. And what we did on the first one, excuse me, was a best friend leaves a paw print on your heart with the little dog bone. And that is in Sahara, nope, Early Espresso. What did I use? Soft suede, sorry. And then the little doggy bone, I actually think I did in Smoky Slate. So we'll bring those two out and get my stamps. I'm glad you found Paige. She is awesome. You'll love her. But she's camera shy like I am, and I've been showing myself on camera, but I don't like doing that, and I probably won't very much anymore. Just trying to find the stamp. I think this is it. Yep. And get my block out again. So I need a block for that. And a block for the doggy bone. I think these are cute. Often lurking. Oh, you're a lurker. You're not allowed to lurk on my channel. No, I'm sure people do. Especially the ones, no, never mind. I always tend to test my stamp before I put it on a card, just to make sure I'm getting coverage of everything. And I don't really have it on the block straight. You know, the first thing I better do is that looks too big. Nope, it fits. Okay. All right. So let's put this straight on my grid paper. There. I think it's a little crooked, but oh well. Not bad. Not bad. I'm camera shy too. I actually had my picture taken this morning, and I tried to get out of it because the people I was with, they were all part of a group, you know, and I really wasn't part of that group. I just was friends with one of the people, but I kind of gotten to know them now, but I didn't work with them. So I'm like, no, I'll be the picture taker and take all your pictures. But I ended up in one or two of the pictures anyway. Oh no. Yeah, I even tested that. All right, let's try and see if I can line it up. And not get a double. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm going to take my smoky slate Stampin' Right and just go around the double vision edge a little bit to make it a solid edge. So nobody will know, except you guys. Okay, good enough. I know, and now I'm off to create. I love that too. Usually after I'm done watching or doing a video, it's like, okay, now I'm off to sleep now. Or clean or cook. So I can't say that I'm always off to create, but sometimes I am. I go in days. Like some days I do nothing but create. Other days I do laundry and create. You know, just depends. All right, I am going to use wet glue again because I might need a little time to reposition this. It's not silly, Paige. You're known for it. It's your thing. We love you for it. Plus, you're just a kind person. I loved how you said how you did your projects, and you still do, because I'm learning. Okay, now this is going to be pretty tight, so I need to get it sort of lined up and straight, which is not there. Maybe. Pretty close. I'm going to turn it over and go like that. And there's our card. Oh no, we forgot ribbon. Should I put the... I wasn't sure I liked the twine on that first one. It's just a little piece of twine up here. What do you think? Should I? Shouldn't I? Yeah, I haven't found one that fits me either. I was doing Hugs, Love, and Peace, but doesn't quite have the same impact. It's her signature. That's right. It's her signature. I think we're done, guys. Let me bring the other card back in. I don't think, well, I don't know. Maybe I should put the twine on this one too. Shoot. Are you doing better today, Paige? I know it's still hard, but it's gonna be, but just hope you're doing better. I wasn't home all day. I'm gonna put the twine on. Do I have green? You know what? I might now. Hang on. I think I can figure out where I put it. I think I just got some olive green. I don't know what I did with it. Hang on. Oh, that one's kind of thick. Oh, shoot. I thought it was in here. Hang on. Oh, this is ridiculous. I need to clean. Oh, by the way, guys, if you were interested in this, I just found this because I found this ribbon here, but this organdy ribbon combo pack is no longer available. It's already sold out. This was one of the celebration freebies. If you bought $50 worth of stuff, it's not available anymore. Or the same color as the neck, which is Berry Burst, and I don't think I have twine in Berry Burst. I can't find that new. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Hang on. See, I did it in that color because it was the same color as the dog. But you're right. I like that idea better. Hang on. I have this old olive linen thread, which is in the Occasions catalog. It's part of the Needlepoint Nook suite. So let's see if that'll work. And if not, I used, I don't know if I have any thin Berry Burst, but that's the Berry Burst that I used on the collar. That's on the cat card, which I don't know what happened to the other cat card. Oh my goodness. Oh, it fell, and I'm just about rolling over it. Here it is. Okay. Oh, let's see. Here it is. Better. I tried to make cards and messed everyone up several times. Oh, I'm sorry. I do stuff like that. I almost put on this one. I almost put the yarn upside down. So, yeah. Yeah, I do stuff like that quite a bit. So I'm always conscious of trying to make sure I get it right side up. Yeah, well, it went. You think it went fast, but it's 8:45 already, and I started at 7, so 2 hours. I have to figure out a way to get these down to like an hour, hour and a half. But 9 o'clock, I mean, 2 hours is okay, I guess. Ugh, that's not enough. Not enough. I need more. I'll get this bow made, and then I'll lay it there and see if we like it. I don't know if the old olive will go with the garden green. I cannot tie tonight. Yeah, I think the black cardstock made it pop. That's why I used that. That's the basic black cardstock. And all I did, I made 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. You know, just cut them in half, widthwise. It's too big a bow. And just fiddle. Yeah, I kind of like the green. Good idea, Paige. And I'll trim it off a little bit. Where's my snips? This is too long. Boop. And this is too long. Boop. So right like that. It's still a little bit too big. How do you get twine not to curl? There's a question. Oh, gurus out there. Yeah, I like the green too. I'm going with the green. Now, I'm finding my glue dots again. Here they are. And I'm going to actually just curl the glue dot a little bit so that it doesn't stick out from behind. Just roll it up a little bit. And then it still sticks out a little bit, but not too much. Pop it on there. Oops. And there we go. And I think I'll trim it just a little more because that's got a little fray anyway. Boop. And boop. Cutie patootie. There's our cards, guys. One. I'm trying to get them in frame. And two. Cute little dollies. I did the collar better tonight than I did on the first one. That one's sort of fadey. So, yeah. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Paige. That was fun. Thank you, Jamie. So I'm not sure what next week will be. I might end up going back to butterflies or flowers or something next week. So I hope you'll come back and see next week. I'll try to post on my, well, let me see something. Hang on. Let's see what I was thinking. I might use the needle and thread stamp set and the paper next week. So we'll see. But that is flowers and butterflies and things. Thank you, Nix. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Julia. All right, everybody. Yeah, so next week I'm probably going to be, let me just pull that out and show you what it looks like. I won't show you the paper because I don't have it right here. But this is the needle and thread. It's got a lot of different sentiments on it, but it looks like stitching. And then there's framelits that go with it called needlepoint elements. It looks like Crewel, C-R-E-W-E-L, embroidery. Good night, Paige. Good night, Jamie. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming by. If you didn't give a thumbs up, everybody, give it. I see most of you did. So thank you very much. I appreciate you coming by and being with me. Makes it a lot more fun. Thank you, Nix. Night, Cat. Why is my screen doing this funny thing? Here we go. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you, Julia. God bless you, too. Night, Lisa.